There we go. Poke around, shall we? Nothing back in here. Something back in here. What is it? It's nothing. So I did bring specific people with me for specific reasons.
I can hardly believe Gaspard and Celene are in the same room.
Grand Duchess Florian must have worked a miracle to get them here.
There is a mod if you're playing on PC where you can bring all your companions to the Winter Palace, and I would highly recommend doing that.
Solas has already gone inside. I'm not sure about the others.
Okay.
It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you when we're ready. I need to have this jacket let out a little. It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you
If
when
nothing else, the Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celene nervous. You know how pious she is.
Well, I'm not backing Gaspard.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor.
No interest in expansionism, thank you.
Just gossip.
So, some of them, they're
What
kind
is Gaspard up to? It wouldn't surprise me if he brought the Inquisitor here as a prank.
some of those eavesdrop locations are, it's hit or miss. It's random on whether or not you get anything.
Well, that's useful.
But then you you increase the great blackmail hunt if you do them. So
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharply?
With so much fighting, demand should be higher than ever.
My contact said there's a new supplier, but we can't track down who it might be.
interesting for you guys to be here. Is there another eavesdrop?
Can Gaspard take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force. If the Council won't recognize him, he'll march against them.
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspard's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous. I heard Celene was having the entire wing redecorated, but the timing is atrocious.
Why would she do such a thing now? I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. It's such a pity the wing is sealed.
So something's going on there. I'm gonna
Why are
assume.
there so many elves here?
The Empress invited them. Be polite.
Gonna smack somebody before the evening's over. Can't get in there.
Is there any progress on the Helmi expedition to Ankara?
House Dace remains steadfast in blocking all attempts to get into the Tig.
Good! That's what he's supposed to do! You don't want in there? Grand Library of Halam Shiral. The Winter Palace's collection of books is one of the world's largest. Only the Library of the University of Orlais and the Imperial Palace Library compare. Famed cabinet maker Gustave of Valfontaine designed and built the shelves, the finest examples of his marquetry techniques still in existence. So it looks like I can get, nope, locked from the other side, locked from the other side, okay. So that's what we have.
I wish there was more news coming from the Grand Cathedral.
Good news is becoming an increasingly rare commodity.
All right.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition here.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Lavellan. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the mage underground.
He is so full of it. That's not how it went.
Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, the Iron Bull, leader of the famed mercenary company Bull's Chargers. As the name might imply. The Lady Inquisitor's elven serving man, Solas.
What?
Her ladyship, my bulls each, of course. Sir Callan Stanton Rutherford of Honleith, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and left hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
So I hung back because if you walk forward, it will, it'll just jump to a cutscene and you'll miss everybody's titles. And it's forcing me to walk slow here, so I can't do anything about it. And there is specific dialogue to pick here, and I don't remember.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celene. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
So I'm looking up the guide here. If you pick this option, that'll get you 10 court approval, only if you are human. And if all classes of any race. If you're not human and you want to get the points from that, you have to bring Vivian with you, which I did not. But this seems to fit well for her anyway.
Let's hope the breeze does not herald an oncoming storm.
Even the wisest mistake fair winds for foul. We are at the mercy of the skies, Inquisitor. How do you find Halam Shiral?
Oh, jeez. Okay, I don't think this matters.
I have no words to suffice. Halam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Oh yeah, that's later.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Tell me, Yvette, how are my mind puppets? Are they in good health? Do they want for anything? Where are you?
Papa's perfectly happy in the studio. Mother is the same as always.
Meaning she's after you to do more work.
You always take her side.
I don't take her side. I happen to think, as she does, you might attend to more of the estate's duties. Also, do stop slouching.
Excuse me?
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her?
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them.
Where did you hear such nonsense?
Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
No.
Those stories are little more than wistful thinking, my lady.
Oh, how dull Redcliffe must have been then.
Oh, jeez. Any tales about Josephine?
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette, that's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
It's okay, I won't hold it against you. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's bills.
How's the evening?
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of...
The dancing is so dull, your worship. But the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette...
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty, so many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Who do you support here?
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celene has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
Well, we have no interest in Gaspard, so... I don't think we can go outside. Maybe I'm thinking of
Are you happy to see me at all, Josie?
It may not have been wise to attend this particular engagement, Yvette.
I didn't want to come. Mother made me. At least Haram Sharal has such pretty gardens. They're so darling. I took out my parchment.
Not another book of poetry.
Can you believe the Inquisition filled its ranks with apostates?
You just know that will end badly.
Okay, yeah, no one's out here yet. That'll happen later. They're having talks. Ooh, I'm gonna do something fun. I lost a court approval because I jumped on the table. No one's out here. I think I saw you guys earlier. Walking in line with each other. It was odd. Okay.
Is that her?
The only one
Are
to
you
survive
married
the Temple
to
of
my
Sacred Ashes.
I'm
Yes.
married to my work.
Still single, then?
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
You sound like you need some help.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any advice?
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Okay, that sounds solid advice. Have you noticed anything?
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not yet. It would be easier if people would stop talking to me. Other people. Not you.
Who do you support?
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
Except that he favors expansionism and trying to overtake Ferelden, so I don't know why you would support him, but okay.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Laurent was the love of my life. You remember my husband? Poor darling. Killed in a war with Ferelden. Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Okay, so we'll talk to her later.
Does anyone really think the war will end tonight?
The Empress does.
Those are the elves. What's this? Compendium of Orlesian Theater. That's not immediately pertinent, so you can read it if you like. Sarah.
Crotch rot. Beats his squire. He's a she. As a bastard. Extra toes. What a fun, close marrying crowd.
I can flirt with Sarah? How are you fitting in?
Making any new friends?
Not likely. I'm watching them watch you. They're all glances and titters. Not sure if they're allowed to like you yet. Pathetic.
Thoughts on suspects?
Any thoughts on who we're investigating?
The Empress is pretty. It'd be fun to drink and kill stuff with Gaspard. Briala is friggin' funny. Elves, elves, elves. But it's really a pissing match with an old lover. Don't know the rest, but that explains a lot. They're all lying, but Celene's nice to look at. Good thing we're here to save her neck.
Any tips from your friends?
Any hidden treasures from friends of your little network?
You mean, do any of the servants ferrying tarts between these windy tits hate them enough to give up a stash or two? I'm not saying yes, but... Wait, yes I am. There's some good stuff hidden around. Keep an eye out.
Will do.
Back soon.
Not going anywhere.
The game apparently thinks I'm also romancing Sarah, so that's interesting.
Does anyone have a report on the casualties in the dens?
Alright, that's everybody in here, so let's head out.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his regiment joined the fighting.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say? He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celene is from her side. Empress Celene is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past.
She is ruthless and capable of anything.
There's an apostate at court?
How can Celene openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court? The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
I mean...
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for. She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Let's see. More eavesdrop?
Good to know.
Alright, we got one. Gonna give me another one? No? No. Ah! Okay, this door opened. Discovered the Hall of Heroes. Nope. Read the plaque. It's the Emperor.
Leave us.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Servants' quarter, which we can't get into.
Interesting.
Yep.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Okay. Search the rooms in the upper guest wing. Oh, there's a plaque here.
There must be something here.
Yeah, apparently a caprice coin. So, caprice coins are mainly used to get back lost approval points. Solas.
I do adore the heady blend of power, intrigue, danger, and sex that permeates these events.
This is comfortable for you.
You seem more comfortable with a Grand Orlesian ball than I'd have expected.
I have seen countless such displays in my journeys in the Fade. The powerful have always been the same. Only the costumes change.
Do you see anything?
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
That's fair enough. Are you being treated well?
Have you encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to. The food and drink are excellent, however, and the servants have been happy to refill my glass.
The helmet clipping through his face looks really uncomfortable.
Do you have any interest in dancing?
A great deal. Although dancing with an elven apostate would win you few favors with the court.
I am an elven apostate.
Perhaps once our business here is done.
I'll be back.
And well.
So the hat, the helmet, he's actually it's a joke. It's a jab at Orlais. You know what? I'm gonna find the wiki entry here. So that the helmet, you can actually find it in game, and it is called the Helm of the Droska. The Droska were an order of warriors formed in the ancient Andalfels to resist the Tevinter Imperium reconquest in -535 Ancient. Renowned for their whirling blades and skill with the bow, they were brutally hunted by the Imperium until the last members fled into the blasted hills of the south. Rumors persisted that the Droska continued on and played a part in the Anders Rebellion against Orlesian rule following the Second Blight, but if that is true, they subsequently drifted into obscurity once again. So he's basically trolling Orlais, but it's too old of a joke for anybody to get, which is absolutely perfect. Okay.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
Solas continues to be a nerd, and I continue to love him. Anyway.
Boring.
Nothing? Must not be completely random now that I think about it. There's a coin. I'll take that. Compendium of Orlesian Theater again. Because if it was random, so it must be like a certain number will come up right and a certain number will come up not right. Because otherwise, it would be hit or miss whether or not you could complete the quest.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
Gaspard's your nephew?
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Have you noticed anything? Actually, tell me about the war.
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Have you seen anything?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
I'm going to save because there's a certain conversation at some point in time that we're going to have that I need to pick the right dialogue option for. Can I do this again? Oh.
Waste of time.
But it's still there. No, now it's gone. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I need to pay. See, now it's back.
Good to know.
Now I got something. So, crud. I've been abandoning those other circles, and maybe I shouldn't have. Damn it.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Well, Philippe is a jerk.
Awfully selfish of this filly, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. The night of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the Council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me rant. You are too kind, Inquisitor.
That was the conversation I was thinking of. Doesn't quite make sense, but it's 15 court approval, so I'm not passing that up. Cool.
You got anything that needs killing? Because the nobles keep messing with me and they think I don't know they're doing it. This keeps up. I'm gonna wear somebody's skull as my fancy little mask.
Hey, I wouldn't blame you. What do you think of the masks?
What do you think of the masks the nobles are wearing?
They're no good as disguises, and they don't cover the mouth or hide body language, so they're not much help for lying. As fashion goes, I don't know. I've seen dumber.
Give me a Ben Hasrath read.
Look at this with the eyes of a Ben Hasrath and tell me what you see.
It's a mess. Everyone's trying so hard to hide that they're walking around in plumage. Makes it tough to spot the dangerous lies, as opposed to the normal stuff. Oh, but that couple over there with the silver masks? The woman's doing one of the nobles, and the guy's doing 2 different servants.
Anything else?
Anything catching your eye?
They've got these candied nuts with some kind of spice on them. It's sweet until you swallow, and then... bam! Hot! Also, Orlais has some fine-looking redheads. I go more for the servants personally. Less makeup. Nothing on the assassins.
Talk to you later, Bull.
I'll just stay here and eat.
And this is why I bring Iron Bull with me.
Inquisitor Lavellan.
Hi.
Don't head into the servants' wing if you value your neck. Not one elf's gone in there tonight and come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
Thank you for telling me. There's blood on the floor that maybe someone should look into. Does this open? Yes, it does.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
How do I know that's true?
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We 3 wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to hear from her.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celene is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
That's kind of her.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
So take out Gaspard, and we get Celene. I'm already out here. And let's go back in. I'm gonna go this way. There's blood! Why does nobody notice this?
Does anyone really think the war will end tonight?
The Empress Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Hello?
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Guess that goes to the ballroom. Looking for something. Pick up a cylinder seal.
Well, well. What's this?
Clara, kitchen staff, entered service wing by main stair 130. Vernon, under gardener, entered service wing from hall 245. Entered servants ring, entered service wing. Rella, we need immediate support down there. Something's gone wrong. So people went in, it looks like, and didn't come out.
Did I see you talking to Duke Cyril de Montfort?
I was merely being polite. Unlike some people.
Don't give me that. I've seen the way he looks at you.
Everybody's got issues. Hi?
Inquisitor Lavellan, is there something I can do for you? I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
What are your duties?
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Are you recording the ball?
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh, yes! This is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, Maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay.